In our last video, I discussed a few possible points where India is lacking to fetch enough medals, keeping its population in mind. Well, in this video, I'll be giving my suggestions for few steps India can take in order to improve its overall performance in the medals tally. India's former sports minister Kiran Rijiju says there is no doubt in his mind that India will break into the top 10 of the Summer Olympics medals table by Los Angeles 2028. Do you think it is an over-ambitious, unrealistic goal to set up right now? Well, let's see. Following the 2000 Olympic Games in Sydney, where Great Britain won 28 medals, UK Sports dramatically modified its national sport goals and program to win a record 65 medal, which had 16 gold medals at their 2012 Olympic Games. Canada achieved a similar improvement between 2005 and 2018 as it increased its winter and summer Olympic medals tally from 30 to 50. And the country we all love today due to very specific reasons, namely China, went on from winning 16 medals in 1992 to 48 medals in 2008. The question arises, how did they do that? Canada created a high-performance sports leadership agency called Own the Podium. Canada modified its traditional policies, set high-performance goals, introduced detailed individual sports planning, strengthened existing sports institute, improved athlete support, and strengthened coaching. In China, strong talent identification models were developed where children were made to focus only on one sport throughout their formative years. Great Britain adopted a merit-based budget allocation to sports where the budget would increase or decrease if targets were met or missed by the respective sports team. Dr. Roger Jackson, an Olympic champion and director of the Canadian government sports program, says, first and foremost, there needs to be a clear commitment by the Indian government and sports leader to considerably modernize the current sport delivery system and to act immediately to make this into a reality. The first step would be to create a realistic and comprehensive national sports plan to express the many specific goals to achieve modernization and the means by which to achieve it. The overall goal must be to achieve world standards in all these areas so that the gap between what exists and what need to exist meet the top international standard. For example, policies for supporting high-performance sport are not the same as policies for funding domestic sport. Coaches must be well paid and provided with work conditions where they can concentrate on coaching on small number of athletes in world-class training programs. Each selected national sport federation must formulate a realistic national plan that detail the steps to winning an Olympic medal by 2024 and 2028, and they must be constantly evaluated on their progress. These elements include improving professionalization and capacity of the National Sports Federation, developing a robust national coach education system, training and supporting sports medicine and scientific professionals, ensuring adequate sports facilities and high-performance training centers, strengthening the development pathways for junior athletes, strengthening school and university sports, developing and promoting the value of true sport and anti-doping. Only the government can make the Indian government and the national sports leader in India must accept it as a challenge and cooperate and provide the necessary leadership and resource to modernize and change the Indian sport delivery. Well, here's an interesting fact I must tell you. 6 countries win more than 50% of the medals. The best performing countries in these which are in athletics are the US, Russia, Kenya, Jamaica, Ethiopia and the Great Britain. And it is interesting to note that these sports, mainly athletics, swimming, cycling, gymnastics, wrestling and canoeing, which account for more than 50% of the medals at stake. Haryana athletes brought home 22 out of the 66 medals won by India at the 2018 Commonwealth Games. Post wrestling has always been an integral part of the rural Haryana. The state government's investment in sports infrastructure has paid off its dividends. According to the Haryana Sports Ministry, 440 sports nurseries have been set up in 22 districts. The foundation of the state-of-the-art stadium of Nambala, costing Rs 48.57 crore, has been spent. The state prides itself in not only identifying talent but also promoting sports. The state government also has a long-standing tradition of rewarding athletes and medalists with jobs in the public sector. Another policy that it promotes, Padaklav, Padpao, which translates into win a gold and get a job, drives youngsters towards sports. Sportspersons who represent India at the international sporting event are also given cash reward. Gold medalists in the Commonwealth Games will be awarded 1.5 crore while the silver and bronze medal winners are given 75 lakh and 50 lakhs each. Olympic medal winners receive between 2.5 crore to 6 crore depending on their medal. Football was popular in India in certain states like Kerala, West Bengal and Goa, but there was one Indian footballer whose individual brilliance helped create the spark that now has turned into fire. We are talking about Baichung Bhutia. Born in Sikkim and played a huge role in putting the northeastern states on par with states like West Bengal, Kerala and Goa when it comes to football. As India gears up for the FIFA Under-17 World Cup, it is high time the contribution of the northeastern states is addressed, which composed of 8 Manipuri players. The respective state football associations have done well to create youth setups and grassroots programs to train players from a very young age. In addition, there has been a vast improvement in infrastructure. For example, Manipur underwent a stadium renovation while Mizoram set up artificial turfs to provide regular training. Here are some interesting and intriguing data points that show Indian athletes improving performance at the Olympics. Indian contingent size has increased from 43 in 1997 to 117 in 2016. Increasing contingent size is synonymous with more qualifying sportspersons from the subcontinent. From 30 It is Indian government's first flagship grassroots talent hunt program, which was unveiled by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 21st of January 2018. The first Khelo India Youth Games was held at the Indira Gandhi Arena in New Delhi. The aim has been to harness tremendous potential in the country in the field of sports, inspire young talent, give them top-notch infrastructure and train them at the highest level so that they can bring laurels to the country. In Khelo India Youth Games, there are 2 categories, under 17 and under 21, whereas in University Games, athletes from universities across India takes part. Every year in January or February, the Khelo India program is held. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asserted that sports has been given a place of pride in the recent national education policy. Sports, which was considered extracurricular activities earlier, is now being treated as part of the curriculum and grading in sports will be counted in education of the children. The Prime Minister informed that institutes of higher education and sports universities are being established. He emphasized the need to take sports sciences and sports management to the school level as it will improve the career prospects of the youth and will enhance India's presence in the sports economy.